Welcome to another edition of Storytime. And considering that the Chinese New Year is coming up on February 16th, I thought it would be fun to read a modern retelling of the classic Chinese New Year folktale, the Nian Monster. This version is by Andrea Wang, and the pictures are by Alina Chau. Three days before Chinese New Year, Shanghai was alive with color and sound. Xingling and her grandmother hung the last of the decorations. Popo, Xingling asked, "Why are they all red? There's no blue, no pink, no purple." Long ago, Popo said, the Nian Monster lived in the mountains. His jaws were as wide as caverns, his teeth were sharper than swords, and he was filled with a terrible hunger. Each new year, Nian ate whole villages. Xingling gasped. What happened to him? Well, every monster has a weakness. Nian had three: loud sounds, fire, and the color red. Our traditions have kept Nian away ever since, Popo smiled. Now I must go buy more noodles. Watch the casserole for me. In the kitchen, Xingling lifted the lid and stirred the pot. The aroma of pork and cabbage wafted out the window. Tong tong! There on the balcony crouched a horrible beast. His jaws were as wide as caverns. His teeth were sharper than swords. "Ah, Xingling cried. "Nian has returned." "I have come to devour this city," growled Nian. He stretched his wide, wicked jaws and roared. All the buildings in Shanghai shook. Xingling pointed to the city below. "We have red banners, lanterns, gongs, and drums. Why aren't you scared?" "Pah!" the monster spat. "That was thousands of years ago. Those old tricks don't frighten me anymore. I'm starving." He licked his lips. "You will make a tasty appetizer." "Wait!" Xingling scanned the kitchen. "Have a bowl of long-life noodles first. If you live longer, you can conquer more cities." Nian stroked one pointy horn. "You are wise, little one. Noodles first, then you, then the city." "Good. Wait for me in the park." Nian leaped down to People's Square and paced around the fountain. Xingling ran to the best noodle shop in Shanghai. She asked the head chef to prepare a special dish just for Nian. All day the chefs mixed and kneaded and pulled. Finally, they pushed the giant bowl in front of Nian. Nian slurped and slurped and slurped. My stomach is too stuffed to eat more," he groaned. "The chefs had made only one noodle, just one, the longest noodle in China." Nian belched. "I think I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow to devour the city." The next day, Nian glared down from the Jin Mao Tower and stretched his wide, wicked jaws. "Wait!" Xingling yelled. "Eat fish first so you'll have good fortune all year long." Nian flicked his forked tail. "You are wise, little one. Fish first, then you, then the city." Nian bounded over to the Oriental Pearl Tower and circled the largest globe. Xingling ran to the best fishing fleet in Shanghai. She asked the captain to catch a special kind of fish just for Nian. All day the fishermen baited and hooked and scaled, and finally they rowed the fish across the Huang Pu River to Nian. Nian gulped, and he gulped. The fish bones pricked and poked. Ah, my throat is too sore to eat more, he croaked. The fisherman had caught only one kind of fish, milkfish, the boniest fish in the sea. Nian coughed. Ugh, I'll have to wait till tomorrow to eat and devour the city. In the morning, Nian prowled through Yew Garden and stretched his wide, wicked jaws. Wait, said Zingling. Tonight is New Year's Eve. You need some rice cake to sweeten your future. Nian gnashed his jagged teeth. You are wise, little one. Rice cake first, then you, then the city. Good. Wait for me at the tea house. Nian stalked across the zigzag bridge to the Hoxing Ting Tea House. Zingling ran home for the best rice cake in Shanghai. She asked Popo to make a special rice cake just for Nian. All day the grandmothers stirred and steamed and fried. Finally, they rolled the enormous rice cake to Nian. Nian chewed and chewed and chewed. The rice cake clung to his rows of sharp teeth. Nian's wide, wicked jaws were stuck fast. The grandmothers had used only glutinous rice flour, the stickiest kind. So sticky it had been used to build the Great Wall of China. Nian rolled one monstrous yellow eye. He muttered. Yes, Yingling said. You can devour the city tomorrow, but first, fireworks. We must send out the old year so we can welcome in the new. Zingling took Nian to the best place to see fireworks in Shanghai, the Bund. She asked the fireworks master to put on a special show just for Nian. She gave Nian the seat of honor. Sit here and watch. 8 dancing dragons slid out from the crowd. They dipped and twisted and spun around Nian. At the midnight bell, the dragon dancers stopped and bowed. The fireworks master held a match to the thick fuse. Goodbye, old year, Zingling waved. Goodbye, Nian. Nian thrashed his mane and lashed his tail, but he couldn't stretch those wide, wicked jaws to blow out the flame. Pila, pila! Nian and the chair blasted into the air. The firework makers had built a spectacular firecracker. So spectacular, it was a rocket. Nian's claws tore a hole in the fabric of the sky. Just before he shot through, though, Nian shouted, I'll be back next year. Good, Zingling said. You haven't tried my dumplings yet. The end. I hope you enjoyed that story. I certainly did. Goodbye until next time.